What is up, my friends? So, American Horror Story double feature. Let's talk about the latest episode, which I thought was the weaker one of this new story we're being told here. So, before we get into anything, we talk American Horror Story. I do have the Chucky video coming out. Don't worry about that. Just some things, life, But let's talk about it. So before we get into this newest episode, which, as I said, wasn't as hype as the rest, but still it's up there, go ahead and subscribe, turn that notification bell on, hit that thumbs up, and let's get into it. So aliens pretty much make it clear this episode, we ain't playing with y'all better do as we say. And this is more like, you get this little gift, this ain't no bargaining, this is just how it's gonna be done, and this is how it is. We're sorry. So we get Corey in here, and he's playing, it's pretty much like a medium between the aliens and the humans, and pretty much explain to Eisenhower how this deal is going to work, giving a little preview of some of the technology they have, one of which is shown to be a cell phone. And they are like, you're going to help us make our hybrid, and you get all this technology. And so Eisenhower's a little hesitant, but they pretty much just say, like, if you don't sign that, we're going to kill Mamie right here. And that's pretty much the way that Eisenhower signs this deal. We eventually see Marilyn Monroe's death due to her knowing too much, and JFK is warned about spilling too much about what is happening here. So it's a little callback to the previous episode, but then we go back into the present time where we see Lyndon B. Johnson be sworn in as president as Mr. JFK has been assassinated. And I thought that was a pretty interesting thing they're showing here, all of these presidents. But pretty much they say that they aren't even looking for like the US to sort of confirm to them, because if they don't, they're just going to do it by force. They're not going to go out and look for the Soviets help. They already have everything they do with the US, and that's how it's going to be. And if they don't like it, they're going to get killed, basically. And so that's where our first story ends. Then we shift to the modern times with the friends where we last left them after the other friend is giving birth. It turns out that the hybrid baby he had, it ain't no good, so they end up killing it, and this sort of like gets him distraught about this whole thing. But then we see the older woman who's been in this situation many times explain to them how this is just the way it is now, and they have to see to this is the way it's going to be. She explains she gives birth to multiple babies a year, and she's been doing this since 1969, after she actually got with the astronauts from the moon, and they told her it was all fake, the whole landing. And she takes the friends to the set where it happened. Stanley Kubrick was there, and so that's pretty much what happens in this episode. We get a little backstory on her and what's going on here. We learn that the babies, if they don't come out right, they just get killed right off the bat. The other friend doesn't want it happen anyway like this, which is the boyfriend of the one that gave birth. So he asked him to help him deliver this baby, and if it comes out perfect, they want to keep it. So it looks like the baby does come out okay at first, but eventually we see this ain't nothing good. This is actually a recreation of Alien, and we see the little thing just attack the man, and we're just like, okay, where do we go here? So what an interesting episode, right? Like I said, I think it was the weakest. They could have done a lot more, in my honest opinion, but I mean, with what they have, I guess they did as much as they could. And so we see all of this eventually play out. And now we have one episode left. So the next episode, from the teaser that we saw, looks like it's going to really explain what happens once the hybrid baby perfected is born, which the character who is played by Corey, which the alien sent, says by 2021, which I believe is where we're set right now. So I think that we're going to finally see a perfect hybrid alien baby be born, and I think that's going to be interesting to see if this is still going to tie in any way to anything, which by now I feel like it's not no more. And honestly, my theories are kind of being stretched thin now, right? Like, if you go back to when I first started making these theories on American Horror Story, I was so confident. I was like, yeah, this is going to happen. This is what's going to be going down. And now I'm just like, I don't know if any of this is going to happen, y'all. I don't know at all. I'm kind of like hesitant that any of my theories are going to come true. So yeah, it's very interesting to see how that plays out, right? So what do we think is going to happen next? So I have a couple of theories, and you're probably wondering, oh my goodness, here we go with the theories again and again. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into it, because I still think there is a possible bow tie scenario. There will be a connection to a season or two of American Horror Story, but it's going to be like super quick. Really don't get into it because, I mean, how long is each episode, right? Like 30, 40 minutes right now, I'm assuming. And so what more can they possibly wrap it up with, right? So, I mean, it should be interesting. I'm kind of also confused that there's not an episode running through Halloween, which is interesting. I mean, usually with American Horror Story, there's always an episode that runs the week of Hollywood Halloween. But, I mean, who knows? So, yeah, my theories. Are any of them playing out? I mean, I think that for the most part, I think the chemist one could still play out in some way. And I mean, is this last episode going to feel rushed like Red Tide was? I really am getting that impression it is, because there's so much they think they want to do with this last episode that I don't know how they're gonna do it in like 30 minutes. So I don't know. I'm very nervous. That's the thing. I don't think it's 30 minutes. I think it's like 45 minutes. But still, like to tie everything up. Is there any mention of Red Tide again? Where is this really just one story and another? I feel that way like a bit, and it's kind of sad in my opinion that this is the way it's gonna go. But I mean, Red Tide started off explosive. It was great. It was amazing. Some of the best scenes we've ever gotten in any American Horror Story. And the writing in there was incredible too. So to see it just all end like this with this last episode next week, I'm kind of sad about that. But the only thing that's getting me excited is that now we have a new show, which is Chucky, which started off amazing. And I will do my video on that. As I said, I just couldn't get the video out yesterday. There's a lot of stuff happening in my life. So yeah, things happen, right? So I will try to get that video out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, as well as some theories I have for that. We have Halloween Kills this week. We also have You Season 3. So as I said, previous episodes and videos I've done, is this was a big week for horror. We had the Scream trailer. I have my Scream theories coming out as well. Just a lot of things got pushed back and all of that, but definitely check out once I release those videos. But yeah, this latest episode of American Horror Story, we with it or not? What do you think? I will have a season finale theory video coming out probably next Monday, so stay tuned for that one as well. I think my costume should be here, so maybe tomorrow I could do a video to show you my Halloween costume. I am trying to do some collabs as well with some YouTubers that do other movie stuff. If you have anybody you think I should collab with or that you watch, let me know. But I have a couple in mind that I'm going to try to reach out for now, and definitely will keep others in mind for the future. So stay tuned for that. And I'm just trying to build this, getting close to 20,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Hopefully before Halloween, we're able to hit that goal, which would be insane. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. As always, if you haven't already subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button. Make sure that you also check out the video on the left if you haven't already. And yeah, that's gonna do it. I'll see all of you next time. As always, stay safe, stay positive, my friends.